Hi everyone. We're here today to talk to you about the Better Business Bureau. And I know if you're anything like I was, that when you saw these symbols hung on the outside of a building, or you observed ads that indicated that a company was A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, and they displayed the torch, that it had some actual meaning behind it. And actually today I think I might share with you and prove to you that it really has zero meaning. The Better Business Bureau is about 100 years old, and during that period of time, they've gone from satisfactory to unsatisfactory rating system to now carrying the A+ to F rating system. Basically, the Better Business Bureau has no legal authority to impose any type of benefit on behalf of a consumer. It is a membership dues paying organization. So a business will pay into the Better Business Bureau because consumers like me used to believe that it had some validity, that there was some industry standard that was behind it, that they were following some form of ethical business operations. I really truly thought that it was some type of consumer advocacy group. I now know that that is absolutely not the case. It is not a legal bearing business. It has no legal authority to intervene and mandate that a company, if they are found to be guilty of whatever the allegation is, they have no legal authority to go in and force the business to reimburse or to repay the consumer that has been taken advantage of. So what I've learned through quite a bit of research is how to fill out a formal complaint, as well as how to do a review with the Better Business Bureau. And I'm hoping to share with you today some of the insight that I've gleaned from this process. First, this is not to bash the Better Business Bureau, because I'm going to let the video information and the stories that I'm going to post at the end of this in the body of our Facebook post, I'm going to let them speak for themselves. You really should read both of these articles that I'm going to post, and a recent article that was put out by the North Carolina Consumer Advocacy Group, letting you know that there are limitations to what this organization can do for a consumer. Both NBC News and CNN have extensive reports that indicate they show you exactly what this organization is designed to do. And in fact, in one case, a terrorist group was given an A+ rating to the Better Business Bureau. It's lunacy. Where Wolfgang Puck is an F rated, and the Ritz-Carlton F rated, because they refused to pay into this membership. So what happened when I decided that I was going to fill out this complaint? I did it immediately, and I did that because I wanted the information fresh in my mind. So the day that we canceled our contract on November 4th, I immediately got onto the Better Business Bureau site, because that's what everybody says, go to Better Business Bureau. So I did. And what it revealed is kind of disturbing. First off, in order to do a formal complaint, you first have to answer yes or no to a series of questions. It asks, is this complaint based on informing the BBB of your experience? Yes or no? Is this complaint seeking an apology from the business? Is this an employee business complaint? Is this a landlord-tenant complaint? Is this a discrimination complaint? Does your complaint allege a criminal act? Is this complaint in litigation? Is this complaint based on dissatisfaction with the price or company policy? And finally, is this complaint seeking punitive damages with the business? If you answer yes to any of those, it immediately knocks you out of the system. And what you have to do then, it informs you that you need to file a review. In hindsight, and as of today, I really wish that I would have filed the review and avoided the whole complaint process, because I now know that my complaint is in a ping pong battle with the owner of Express Kitchen and Bath, Bill Vranikar. And provided that he answers every one of my rebuttals, he's going to maintain his A+ rating and will be accredited because he is a dues-paying member to the organization. Part of the problem, when you go to file a formal review, a formal complaint, which is what I have done, you need to have some information. My initial time that I filled this out was a little bit later in the day, when I had calmed down a little bit from our meeting and could formulate some thoughts. you have to have the name and the address, the business owner, the contract date, the amount of money that you were contracted for, and the amount that you think you're going to receive back, or what the resolve is, what you would like to see happen if it goes to arbitration and can be resolved. And I had all that information, so I typed it into the system, and then it takes you to a very small opening on the page where you type in what your description of your complaint is going to be. Unbeknownst to me, because it's in very small black lettering, it's a timed response. You have 30 minutes to complete the space and share your experience on this site. Partway through this process, of course, I exceeded the 30 minutes and it blocked me out of the system. You can't go back in. It doesn't save all the contract information that you've provided. You have to start from square one. And I understand, because I felt frustrated at that point. I get where I have to believe in my heart that there are some people that stop at that point and just say, to hell with it, I'm not going to bother with this process. But I persevered. And what I would highly recommend for all of these sites is that you create Word documents first before you go to fill out the review. It does two things. First, on a Better Business Bureau site, I think it's character-based, but don't quote me on it. It could be word-based. Some of the review sites are number of words that you can submit, and some are characters that you can submit. So turn both of those on your Word document so you know how long your information is getting. Secondly, it also allows you to formulate thoughts in coherent sentences, to use punctuation, to run a spell check. So anybody that's out there, the grammar police and the English teachers that are out there, won't come in and berate the post because you haven't followed proper grammar, and I hope I did, and proper punctuation. At the second time that I did this, I was a couple sentences too long, and I just simply deleted a couple sentences, and it accepted that. The business then receives a copy of my complaint, and he has 10 days in which to file a rebuttal. And of course he does, because that is how they maintain their A+ rating. Provided that he answers all of my issues in a timely manner, doesn't have to resolve, doesn't have to state why he's, not going to give us our money back. He simply has to respond. And regardless of his response, that has absolutely no bearing. It isn't going to affect his A+ rating. In fact, because we are still in this back and forth ping pong game here of rebuttal, respond, I'm not going to give you all the information, but on his first response to my complaint, he indicated that we stopped the job and it is almost close to completion. Well, I think you will agree after watching our videos, our prior two videos, and observing the photos that we've posted on our Express Kitchen and Bath Review Facebook page, that you would agree that there's no way that bathroom was ready to go unless I was willing to bathe out of a bucket and pee in a hole in my floor and shower in a space that had no waterproofing. If that's what he calls a completed project, then that's the greatest reason why you should not use this particular company. So I'm still in the back and forth, and I don't know how this is going to be resolved. At this point, we have figured that the company owes us a huge refund of about $14,000, and that's for product that we didn't receive, because he also indicated in his response that he attempted to give us our product, but we wouldn't take it. It's a bold-faced lie. We did call the police, and we will share that in another video, but we did call the police, and the police will verify that we did in fact come to his business to pick up the products that we had already paid for, and he refused to give us those items. So another thing that I found through this process is that individuals like myself will take the time and fill out the formal complaint when realistically what they should be doing is dealing with the Attorney General. Kwame Raoul has his office in Springfield, Illinois, and his site is fairly easy to navigate. And you are able to plug in Word documents, and I believe that one was Word-based. I don't remember. But I created both a short version that I can use on my social media sites and a very long, detailed version that I submitted to the Attorney General's office. Now, because they only allowed, I believe it was 4 electronic submissions, to their site, in addition to my written statement, I decided that was probably in my best interest to go ahead and print everything, including all the photos, and send a hard copy down. So when I contacted the Kwame Raoul's office last week, the Attorney General's office, I did find out that they are in receipt of that information, and they believed that it would be about mid-December. But with the holidays, who knows? Along the Better Business Bureau lines, the overwhelming response from individuals is that you should file with the Attorney General and don't waste your time on the Better Business side of things, because the Attorney General can make things happen and force him to repay us, refund our money, and investigate this company to prevent him from doing this to anybody else. Whereas the Better Business Bureau isn't going to investigate. They're not going to come out. We are in arbitration, and their site indicates that there may come a time where we will meet at a mutually agreed upon location to go through arbitration, but I'm not going to waste the energy on that. It's not going to come to fruition, and I truly believe that they're going to side with their dues-paying member as opposed to siding with us. At best, what the Better Business Bureau is going to do for you is give you a starting point. So the individuals who did persevere and write a review, please read those, and then, more importantly, read what the rebuttal was from William Vanikar. Read those rebuttals, because I think you will agree that overwhelmingly he blames the customer. You want your tiles to line up? Oh, you're being too fussy. You've got multiple colored grout? You're being too fussy. He blames the customer when the project is clearly going wrong. So if you read his reviews and then the rebuttals, read the reviews, read the rebuttals, it's a starting point to understand what you're going to be dealing with if you hire this company. So for no other reason, I do think the Better Business Bureau reviews are great when you're in the starting process of finding a contractor to do a home remodel. How I wish we would have taken a look at these. We did look at the reviews, but it was way too late. We signed a contract in April, and I finally read the reviews in June. We had lots of things going on in our personal life, and I just didn't take the time to do my due diligence, and I wish I had. What we discovered was absolutely unbelievable, and so we drove out immediately to meet with the owner to say to him, we've found some really scathing reviews on Yelp, on Google Reviews, on the Better Business Bureau site, and he slick-willied us into believing that he was going to take care of us, he was going to use his contractors, it would be done professionally, and we went there with the intention of breaking our contract, and in the end, because he's such a good salesperson, he convinced us to keep our contract with him, and we did willingly. God, I feel really bad that we did that. And my husband doesn't think he would have given us our money back anyway, but I still wish we would have attempted to try to get our checks back. But he is very good at sales, and Slick Willie is going to talk you out of taking your money back. And I found out this week that he did, in fact, do the same thing to somebody else who also voiced concern over the reviews that they saw online. It's a starting point, is the best that I can say for the Better Business Bureau. At the end of this, what I'm really hoping is that you guys will take a look at not only this video, but the original video that we posted, because at the end of that video, I put my personal telephone number, as I will at this. Thanks to your input and sharing our videos, I have now been in contact with 6 individuals who have had horrific experiences at the hands of Express Kitchen and Bath subcontractors and the owner, William Vanikar. It has been enlightening, to say the least, to learn that this has been going on for so many years, and that this business is still allowed to conduct itself and take other individuals' money. I'm asking you to really take a stand. Please take a stand and share this video so that we can prevent others from handing over their hard-earned dollars to this unscrupulous company. We hope that we can reach other individuals, not just consumers that have been affected by his bad business practices, but if you were an employee that didn't receive payment for a job that you performed, if you are a vendor that did not receive payment for product that you delivered to this company, please reach out to us, because I really think that the Attorney General's office is going to do something about this. To date, we've had 6 individuals that have contacted us from our Facebook posts, and I hope that by continuing to share these videos that we will reach more individuals who may be able to help us on our quest to prevent this man from doing this to somebody else. If you'd like to talk to me about any of the problems that you've experienced at the hands of Express Kitchen and Bath, please feel free to call me. My telephone number is 815-741-3152. I look forward to talking to you and at least commiserating with you regarding the problems. And at the end of this, in the post, we are going to put in there the link to the Facebook page that we've created that's devoted totally to our experience, and in hopes that we will get additional individuals to post on our site as well. That Facebook page is called Express Kitchen and Bath Review. So if you look for that, you're going to see all of the videos in one location there. But please share this post. Next week, I'm going to talk to you about the other forms of social media reviews that are out there and the problems that I've run into filling out those documents as well. But we'll save that for next week's video. Thanks for sharing, and we really look forward to talking to the other individuals that have been victimized by this company, and we sincerely hope that nobody ever suffers at the hands of Express Kitchen and Bath again. Thanks again.